Field in Detroit. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good NFC matchup in store between the New Orleans Saints and the Detroit Lions. Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Ready, ready. 51, come on. It's our field. It's our field. Christian, Travis. 49, check 49.
On 1st and 10, McLeod. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas. 76 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was, and if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Check 99. No.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down now, it's Johnson.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Like 7. Defense, keep it up, guys. Slam.
On 3rd down, Johnson. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. 4th down now after a loss of 2. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
All right, grease board, heck, computer, exactly what you want, though. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively.
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Set.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
152 fighter.
From the gun, McLeod. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Thomas, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. A dime look defensively for the Lions on 3rd.
Hey, Leo.
Operating from the gun, McLeod. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the 1st down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Let's go. Let's go.
Their own 20-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. Just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and
3
now
and
they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. Here.
They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the gun, here's Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Lightning speed that time from the corner. Marshawn Lattimore getting the sack.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. After the sack on first down, Stafford, and this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. Over the middle, complete. That's Logan. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Off play action. McLeod. And this one complete to Smith. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 11-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second and 5. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And they'll be inside the red zone with a ball at the 16-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Monday.
A first down carry here for Johnson. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. On second down, it's Johnson. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up second and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed.
You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby. Alert! Check. Joker 59!
They'll run it with Johnson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on third down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Ready.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup. Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Here's Kamara out of the pistol. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, McLeod. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Mills.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
At the 23-yard line.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for his big tight end there, Jesse James. And now it's 3rd down.
Set. 250. 54 Mike. Here we go, D. Get up. Alert. Hey, Haywood. 54.
Out of the gun, Stafford. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 11 yards there and a Lion 1st down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. They'll run on 1st down. Johnson. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Set. 280. 54. Mike, 50. Hey, 22. I got you. You're all mine. You're all mine, baby.
On 1st down, it's Stafford. He'll get this one to Galladay. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Kill, 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 kill. Shoot, shoot, shoot.
On the carry, it's Logan. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
It's now 3rd and 4.
Let's get it. Set. 180. 57. Zebra. Switch up. Look at that.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Detroit. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
He's hard, hard.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He gets it to Thomas. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Operating from the gun, McLeod. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It moves to 2nd and
10. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Throwing again, McLeod. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Third down and 10 yards to go.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Strip that ball.
A final shot before break. McLeod, they'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Ready.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Watch the slant. Hey, easy.
Again, it's Johnson. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down.
What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Here we go. Check. 32. Check hot route. Hot. Switch. X3. 218. Chopper.
They run. It's Johnson. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
All day, every day, any day.
From the gun, McLeod. That's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. With the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Throwing on first down. McLeod. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Here we go on 2nd and 12. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
From the gun on 3rd down. McLeod. He'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
They took it all the way to the 1, but in the end, opt for 3.
Just doesn't sound right, does it? If you get all the way down to the 1-yard line, isn't that supposed to be a play in the end zone that culminates in a touchdown for your team?
And per usual, it felt like the guys on the sideline wanted to go ahead and go for it.
Of course they did, but of course head coach, it defers back to him, and he made the decision, let's get 3 out of this, make sure we get some points.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Back to throw. Stafford under a heavy rush, and down he goes. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Here's Stafford. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Malcolm Brown at 3 bills and some change comes in to drop the hammer.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Fielded at about the 28. 12 yards on the return that time. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Carroll. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Trying to get 1 more in here before the quarter breaks. One quarter remains in this NFC wildcard matchup. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Watch the curl. General West.
To throw on 2nd down. McLeod.
Not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. The Saints on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 11. Operating from the gun. McLeod complete. Smith has it. And to the 46 he goes and no further, so he is well short of the 1st down marker. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. From the gun, Stafford. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Check your hot read. Alert! Say. 80 weapon. Monday. Hey, Alpha.
On 1st down, Stafford here. And that going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. This is Logan. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
The Lions on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun, Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there and a Lion 1st down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
On 1st down, Johnson. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Continues to be a struggle for this offense, and this home crowd, they're growing a little restless here in the 2nd half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passing.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for the loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. From the gun, Stafford. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Logan. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 38-yard line. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field. Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Hey, echo.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Stafford. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going.
Hey, turn it up, turn it up. Blue draw Corker. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. 32. Right there. 50.
Operating from the gun, Stafford. It's caught. Jones. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Stafford to Jones, enough for a Lion 1st down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run it here with Logan. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down.
This defense needs a big play in the worst way because so far, they're not putting up much of a fight. If they don't get a stop here soon, this game could be over for them.
They run with Logan. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, 50-50. Hey, Charlie.
Back to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. This secondary as a unit, they've worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They're going to have to name this whole unit soon.
Oh, yeah. And here we go. Double right. Here we go again. Libra. Watch out. Check. Go. Right, 54.
They'll look to throw. The quick slant caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
All right, let's just put it on the table real quick here. This is 2-minute drill. You got to know they're looking for their number 1 receiver.
Yeah, you think they'd be ready for that? That time they weren't. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here, back to the 2. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. They'll come out in the pistol. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
Hey, check 24. Check 24. Jim. 59.
To Johnson again. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Yeah, boy, from up here, I don't think Johnson got there. No, he did not. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Here we go with Johnson. And he is going absolutely